I'm going to give you a very simple way to memorize a poem. It's not the same method I would use for like the USA Memory Championship poetry event, but it's pretty good. So this is what you would do. So the first thing is you should be really good at changing words into images slash ideas into images, okay? Because a poem is nothing but words, right? Well, probably most of the time. It's probably some numbers somewhere. So you want to be really good at that. Second, I will use a memory palace. Now, it really depends on what the poem is, how long each line is, if it's going to be a line per location. So you kind of have to use your best judgment on that. And then pretty much after those two things, you're good to go. Now, this method I'm giving you right now deals with writing the poem over and over again as a way to test yourself. So what you do is you pick the main ideas from the line, create an image for it, and put it in the location. So before man came to blow it right, and so before I think of a bee and maybe a man, and then came to blow it right, blow maybe like blowing or the wind blowing right, and so maybe that's the images I would have. I would put that in the first location. And then the second location, the wind once blew itself untaught. And so I'll come up with other main images from that specific line, put in the second location, and so on. And so when it comes to a poem, poems usually have some flow to it. Of course, it depends on the type of poem, but a lot of poems have flow to it, like they rhyme, right? Right, night, untaught, caught, wrong, song. And so there's rhyming. So you're picking up on these things. And so when you're trying to recall it, you're like, okay, what were the images I had? Oh yeah, there was a bee and the man, and then the wind was blowing. And so in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, before man came to blow. And so you're able to start figuring it out. And that's where the writing comes, because you might mess up some things here and there because you're not memorizing word for word, right? You're just trying to get the main idea. And so you're writing it down, and then if you mess up, you finish writing or you rewrite the correct sentence for it, because that's making the connection in your mind, like, oh yeah, this is what it is. This is what I pictured. And so you're making that connection. And I believe this is really good because you're writing it, and then you have your images and you're saying it. So you have all these different ways of making those associations. And so that's why this is a very quick and simple method that you could apply, but still have fantastic results from it. And so I recommend going out and trying it. Don't try a really hard poem, like a poem that has like Old English or something, like with the ye's and tis and all that stuff. It makes for a horrible time. But you also have to keep in mind, like right now, I would say these lines are pretty good length. Not too long, not too complicated. But you start having lines that come all the way out to here or something. You have to start using your judgment on how to break those lines down. That's a whole different topic, but I just wanted to give you a quick method so you can start using right away to help you start memorizing some poems.